Welcome back, future criminologists. In this video, I will be discussing the hierarchy of courts and the doctrine of hierarchy of courts. Hierarchy of courts. A court hierarchy is a way of structuring courts into different levels, jurisdictions, and areas of responsibility. Court hierarchies are an essential component of our legal system. I will illustrate now the structure of courts in the Philippines. Let us start with the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the Philippines. It has administrative supervision over all courts and the personnel. The Supreme Court has appellate jurisdiction over cases decided by the Court of Appeals, Sandigan Bayan, and the Court of Tax Appeals. The Supreme Court, Court of Appeals, Sandigan Bayan, and Court of Tax Appeals are collegiate courts, meaning they operate through multi-member decision-making. For example, the Supreme Court is composed of 1 Chief Justice and 14 Associate Justices. Court of Tax Appeals. It is a special court of limited jurisdiction and has the same level with the Court of Appeals and the Sandigan Bayan. Sandigan Bayan. It is a special appellate collegial court. It is equal in rank with the Court of Appeals and with the Court of Tax Appeals. Court of Appeals. It is the Philippines' second highest judicial court, just after the Supreme Court. Regular court below the Court of Appeals is the Regional Trial Court. The Court of Appeals reviews the decisions and orders of the Regional Trial Court. Regional Trial Court. The court before the case could be heard by the Court of Appeals is the Regional Trial Court. Regional Trial Courts, also known as second-level courts, are the highest regular trial courts in the Philippines. Municipal Trial Court. The Regional Trial Court has appellate jurisdiction over cases decided by the Municipal Trial Court, Metropolitan Trial Court, Municipal Trial Court in cities, Municipal Circuit Trial Court. Municipal Trial Court is the second regular trial court. Aside from regular courts, there is also a Muslim court below the Court of Appeals. That is Sharia District Court. Sharia District Court is equivalent to the Regional Trial Court in rank. It has appellate jurisdiction over all cases tried in the Sharia Circuit Court within their territorial jurisdiction. Sharia Circuit Court. Sharia Circuit Court is equivalent to Municipal Trial Court. I have already discussed what is original, appellate, concurrent, exclusive, general, and special jurisdiction. I will put the link on the description box. I will try to discuss each court in detail in a separate video, so subscribe and stay tuned. After knowing the structure of the courts, let us now discuss the doctrine of hierarchy of courts. Doctrine of hierarchy of courts. The doctrine of hierarchy of courts states that, as a matter of policy, direct resort to the Supreme Court will no longer be entertained. Bago ka pumunta sa Supreme Court, unahin mo muna sa baba. However, the principle of hierarchy of courts applies generally to cases involving factual questions or questions of fact. As it is not a trier of facts, the Supreme Court cannot entertain cases involving factual issues. The doctrine of hierarchy of courts dictates that direct recourse to the Supreme Court is allowed only to resolve questions of law. So what is the difference between question of fact and question of law? Whether you stabbed me last night is a question of fact. Whether your act of stabbing me, once found to be a fact, constitute physical injuries, attempted or frustrated homicide, or murder under the statutes would be a question of law. So, kung ang issue ay kung may nangyari bang pananaksak, that is a question of fact. Kung ang issue ay kung ang pananaksak na yun ay tinuturing na physical injuries o attempted ba or frustrated homicide or murder ba base sa batas natin, then that is a question of law. What are the purposes of the doctrine of hierarchy of courts? The doctrine of hierarchy of courts operates to 1. Prevent inordinate demands upon the court's time and attention, which are better devoted to those matters within its exclusive jurisdiction. 2. Prevent further overcrowding of the court's docket. And 3. Prevent the inevitable and resultant delay, intended or otherwise, in the adjudication of cases which often have to be remanded or referred to the lower court as the proper forum under the rules of procedure, or as the court better equipped to resolve factual questions. Now we go to the exceptions to the doctrine of hierarchy of courts. Instances when direct relief to the Supreme Court can be availed of. 1. When there are genuine issues of constitutionality that must be addressed at the most immediate time. For example, yung bagong batas ba ay constitutional o hindi. Second, when the issues involved are of transcendental importance. For example, the issue on the validity of the Visiting Forces Agreement between Philippines and the United States. Third, cases of first impression. For example, in 2002, the Supreme Court took direct recourse to it the issue of bail in extradition proceedings, since during that time, there's no local jurisprudence yet to guide lower courts. Fourth, the constitutional issues raised are better decided by the court. Fifth, exigency in certain situations. Sixth, the filed petition reviews the act of a constitutional organ. 7. When petitioners rightly claim that they had no other plain, speedy, and adequate remedy in the ordinary course of law that could free them from the injurious effects of respondents' act in violation of their right to freedom of expression. And 8. The petition includes questions that are dictated by public welfare and the advancement of public policy, or demanded by the broader interest of justice, or the orders complained of were found to be patent nullities, or the appeal was considered as clearly an inappropriate remedy. A careful examination of the jurisprudential basis of the foregoing exceptions would reveal a common denominator. The issues for resolution of the court are purely legal. To end, please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more videos.